So I'm going to invite Joey and Kim to bring the boys up at this time, and we're going to celebrate with Seth and with Zachary. Hi,
That
guys.
is my brother and my parents and me as a baby, and we are
twins. Yeah, you figured that out. Y'all are sharp as
Thanks,
a
Pastor Rob.
congregation.
I've told this story more times than I could care to count. I have a twin brother named Zachary. When we were in second grade, he was diagnosed with uncontrolled epilepsy. When we were 14, he had a surgery that took out a large portion of his brain that helped, but they were unable to remove all of it. So while things are better, he still has seizures. He's having another procedure that will implant a device in his brain that will learn how his seizures work and stop them. When you tell a story enough times, you get it down to the bare bones and essence of the story, and I think that's the case with this one. But there's a big part of it missing. Zach. I could detail every medicine, every test, every procedure, every medical trial that he's been through, and believe me, there have been plenty of them, but you would miss the most important part of it all. I don't want to deny what he's been through, believe me, it's been hard. But he isn't great because of what he's been through. Having seizures didn't make him one of the strongest people, both in faith and spirit, that I know. Having seizures didn't make him kind. Having seizures didn't make him generous. If anything, having seizures tested all of those things. Telling his story in terms of the procedures and surgeries and tests and medicines gives you an idea of the what of Zach's life, but it misses the who that makes him who he is. Zach struggles with change. I know he struggled when I went to college and then when I got married. And now, my wife and I are expecting a baby. A little girl named Ellie Joy. It seems changes never stop. I try to take Zach out for dinner once a month or so, and last time, I asked him point blank about his upcoming surgery. Was he nervous? He kind of shrugged. Famously, Zach is a man of few words. But then he said something that knocked the wind out of me. I just want to be able to hold Ellie without being worried about having a seizure. When he said that, it felt like time stopped.
I love you.
Of course, I thought about that potential, and I knew that we would need to watch Zach carefully as he held Ellie, but I didn't think that we would handle it any differently than how he handled anything else over the last 17 years. But he did. I told our mom about it later. She told me that he'd been pretty insistent that the surgery happened before our due date for that very reason. He didn't want anyone to be worried about him. He didn't want to be worried about himself hurting anyone. He wanted, for once, to be able to just be Zach and hold his niece. Then she said what might be the understatement of the century. You're lucky to have someone who loves you as much as Zach loves you.